My name is Aaron, and I grew up in the world of metal. In fact, it's the only thing I ever really cared about in terms of music. But you know what, recently, I've wanted something a little bit different. Well, look who decided to come back. No, I'm kidding. I hope that you're all excited for today as I am, because obviously we're continuing down our 1 week journey with Dreamcatcher. And I think that this is going to be a good week. As you all know, probably my favorite group thus far. It's going to be good. So let's hop right into it. We're doing Endless Night tonight. Let's go.
Remember, it was such a waste of time. 居場所探しさまよう Sleepless night 悔しくてもがいて流した涙絵にもこらえて乗り越え二度と I don't wanna stay
Yeah, that guitar is really going.
語りの幕開け曲がりる世界めがけ今すぐ夢の向こうへ Fly away Bring me up 何度だって Don't give up 立ち
Yeah.
振り返りはしない Just dream it into it Never stop 走り抜けただ高けれ強く願い込めて叫ぶんだ Breaking every endless night
Very Zach Wild-esque. Maybe just a little more volume.
もうダメなんだって自分自身のせいにしたって何も変わらないって気づけないと始まりもしない一回きりのレースされどもただのゲーム失敗も成功のベース共に進もうか Friends 闇夜の曇り空もこの声で切り開こう誰にも邪魔させない
Very Metallica style drumming right there.
Don't be afraid Bring it on 何度だって Don't give up
That guitar is really going off.
振り返りはしない Just dream it into it Never stop 走り抜けただ高けれ強く願い込めて叫ぶんだ Breaking every endless night
Very good.
One more chance 絶望の果て掴み取った未来話はしない赤い太陽夜明けの空美しく舞い上がれ One life
Good bass work. Did it?
何度だって Don't give up 立ち上がれ振り返りはしない Just dream it into it Never stop 走り抜けただ高けれ強く願い込めて叫ぶんだ Breaking every endless night Breaking every endless night
It's so weird to me just to hear double bass pedal in a K-pop song. Bing. Yeah, it's really weird to hear double bass pedal inside of a K-pop song. There's a lot to say about this song. First off, awesome. First and foremost, very good. I think one thing that I want to say, okay, is I think the appropriateness, if that's a word, the appropriate amount of choreography. Sometimes, and I've said this before multiple times on this channel, that sometimes I feel like the choreography gets in the way of like being able to enjoy a song, because sometimes it just gets a little too much and too complex. But the one thing that I will say is that I think that would be very much, especially in terms of like doing metal music, right? And I think that they have just like the right balance of like complexity and the right amount of actual dance inside of it, but also on top of it all, doesn't really steal away from the song. I think it's very easy to let yourself get caught up and make very distracting dancing and kind of overshadow what you're doing. And I think that they've really found that nice balance of all of that combined. So that being said, the next thing that I'd like to talk about is I think the fact that who they chose to be the singer for a lot of these like heavier sounds like this is perfect. Has the right amount of vibrato and has the right amount of like not being too far away from the genre, and but also at the same time still sounding, you know, really good and kind of keeping up that necessity of quality vocalists inside of K-pop, but also not getting it to the point where it's like unbelievable for it to be a K-pop artist, if that makes sense. So the next thing I'd like to talk about is definitely the guitar work in this. Very much seemed like, and actually just kind of the structure of the song, very much seemed like the drums in the beginning and then the breakdowns had a bit of a Metallica feel to it. And for those of you who don't know, I like Metallica. Second off, I think the next thing is though is the guitar work reminds me a little bit of Zakk Wylde. But the nice thing is though is it wasn't throughout the whole thing, you know, because like Zakk Wylde, he's a very good guitarist. He's very bluesy. And then when you get to the point where you'd actually have the solo come in very much like a John Petrucci kind of solo, but not too complex and Dream Theater-esque. So just had the flavoring behind it. Really, really well crafted. And the guitar was really actually kind of going pretty ham throughout the whole song, just kind of buried in the mix. And I think that's probably rightly so, because you don't want them to overreach past the vocalists in this group. And, you know, the interesting thing is, like, as the song was going on, I feel like that we were listening to almost like a new metal sound, because I think that, you know, in a sense, like, you have all that stuff with, like, the drums and the guitar, but then you throw in, you know, Dami's rap, and it kind of makes it feel like a new metal sound, because really that being the most prevalent place where rap is actually involved inside of metal. So it almost felt like if Zakk Wylde was doing a new metal song with a female fronted group, and pretty cool, actually. Really enjoyed that. The bass line was very good. I'm trying to pin down what I really think it kind of reminds me of. There's a couple of people that I could really think of, but, you know, honestly, I think that the important thing is that it just goes well with the song. And if you can make a bass both stand out when it's necessary but blend in when it needs to, you've got yourself a good bass line. So yeah, that's what I can say. Very good song. I definitely think that this continues on in the quality of very good music that we've already heard inside of the Dreamcatcher 1 Week Club. So anyway, thank you all for checking this out, and we hope to see you next time. And yes, make sure you have a good day, won't you? That was crazy. Yes, more.